Hello, welcome to my latest video. It's of a couple of deer, and the main difference with this video is it's wildlife and it's oils. If you see my other videos, you'll know that I tend to use oils for landscapes and the odd portrait, and for wildlife I'll use acrylics, watercolours, that sort of thing. But this time I thought I'll give oils a go for a wildlife subject. This is the longer version of the video, one with narration and lots of real-time sections. If you just want a time-lapse version, I will be providing that in a day or two, and when it's available I'll put a link down the bottom. So if you could like and subscribe if you haven't already, that would be great. Check out the links in the description, things like my webpage and Instagram, where you can see what's coming up next, and hope you enjoy. Thank you. The first thing I need to do is get an overall background colour. The reference photo has a very shallow depth of field, and I normally don't replicate that in paintings. I like to have everything sharp, but this time I thought I'll keep the background out of focus. The basic technique here is to put all the colours you can see onto the board and blend them all together with a makeup brush. I use makeup brushes for this task because they seem to be a lot cheaper and a lot better than the ones made for artists, so please give them a try. Now the background has thoroughly dried, I've traced the outline of the deer, as you can see here, onto a piece of paper. I'm now going to, using transfer paper, just push it through onto the board. I'm not bothering with any details, as I'll just draw those in at a later date. Now I've traced the position of the deer, I can work out where the next level of trees will go. The plan here is to paint them in roughly, and then using another blender just blur them a bit so they still look out of focus. I've waited for the second layer to dry, and now I'm starting on the third. It's going to be more the same, although the trees here are getting closer to the viewer, so they're going to be a little bit more detailed and less blurred. The two deer have a very strong halo of light, as the low sun has caught all the hairs around their body. It's what attracted me most to this picture in the first place. So again, the background has been thoroughly dried, and I can do this in reasonable time because I do use the fast drying oils. This would be a very long project with ordinary oils. So with this light around the outside of the deer, I'm first using the darkest colour, and I'm going to go all the way around both deer, and when that's finished I'll then use a lighter colour and do it again, but not quite as much, and the two tones will just give it a little bit more life. The silhouette's now done, so I'm going to start on the details. I'm just going to freehand this, and I'm starting with the darkest colour to basically draw in where all the main features are. Now I've established all the darts, I can see clearly where all the features are, and now I'm going to go to the other end and establish some of the lighter values. I'm now at the stage where I'm looking closely at the reference photograph and basically flicking my eyes between the painting and the reference photograph to see what jumps out as different. And when I see a difference, I'll mix up a colour that's as close as I can to the reference photo and place it in. And you keep doing this until you reach a stage where it's close enough. We're getting close to the end now, and what I've got here is a tree that's just poking into view, and this tree is in front of the deer, so it will have the most in focused leaves of the painting. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's not a focal point, and the technique here is just putting a good amount of paint on the brush and just splodging lines to indicate the sort of needles, because it's some sort of pine tree. I've now started the final feature, and that's this little line of grass at the bottom of the painting. This grass is very close to the camera and it's also out of focus, so I'm just going to put various coloured lines in to indicate the grass, and then just give it a blur with the blender afterwards, and then the painting will basically be done. Right, I'm starting the signature, so that must mean I'm finished. I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and don't forget, in the description there's plenty of links, including a link to my website and Instagram page. On the Instagram page I'll be showing the next project, and also there's prints available for all the paintings I do here. Hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye.